Step 1 is where we're going to help her unlock her jaw. Okay, so we tickle the tongue, we tickle the bars of the mouth a little bit. At any point that we go through this, if she gets stiff, we go back to step 1. You always go back a step when you run into trouble. Okay, so step 1 is to mobilize the jaw. Step 2 would be to find what I call the minimum stretch frame. Okay, and that's where, with a very slight inside bend like this, okay, so the eye is just inside the shoulder. Okay, perfect shot right there. And the neck lowered until the vertebrae in the neck are relatively straight to the point where the muscles start to express themselves. That's what I call the minimum stretch pose. Okay. Step 3 is to ask for shoulders in that stretch pose. Right there, she got a little tense in the neck. So I hold and I wait in my hand until there, until she releases the neck again. It's about the releasing of it, not about the putting of it into place. She's doing a great job of moving slow. I'd like her to get fairly steady in the steps. There. You see her start to stretch more in the neck, okay? That's why I refer to the minimum stretch pose. She'll take a stretch beyond that when the top line begins to unlock. There. You see her start to reaching in the neck. Okay. Mm-hmm. When that gets fairly consistent, so now I'm going to bump her ahead a few steps. Okay. Now she's rushing, so I'll just stop and wait. All right. Okay. Anytime she gets to rushing, the way that I found to be best or most effective for me is to just stop, start back over again, and say, okay, let's go quiet again to begin with. So we're working here. Once we get to step 3, we're working in shoulders in. When that's consistent and smooth, I'm going to change my position. You see how right now, in shoulders in, I'm in kind of the pocket of her neck. Mm-hmm. Step 4, I'm going to ask for what we call counter shoulders in, right? And I'll do that by stepping out in front of the nose. In shoulders in, we're right now on a left circle, on a left bend. Counter shoulders in, we keep left bend, but as I come up in front of the nose, we get the shoulders tracking as if we're going on a circle the other way. Right now we might need a 40-acre field to get a circle in the counter shoulders in. That doesn't matter, okay? You don't even need that many steps to start with, okay? When you feel as though the body's keeping the bend but changing the direction, that's when it's good enough. So right there, that felt good. I'd say, okay, and now back to the shoulders in. So you'll see me kind of vacillate between positions. In the pocket of the neck, in front of the nose, back into the pocket of the neck. So step 4 was the counter shoulders in. When that's going really well, then we start asking for the connection of the outside rein. I'm going to take the outside rein and just softly draw on it. I'm going to keep the inside bend. You see right away the base of the neck starts to lift. My inside hand might vibrate a little on the bit ring to keep this feeling of the forward stretching in the neck. See how we can still see the muscles expressing themselves, okay? And then I'll do that a couple steps. That's even more than what I would normally do to begin with. Did that for point of illustration. Or no, you're being eaten by flies. Okay. So we feather this in. We take the outside rein contact, and we see how the base of her neck automatically begins to lift, okay, through the relaxation. If I'm doing this and she starts to get tense, I just abandon and I go back to what we had before. If I'm doing this and she feels like she could give me 5 steps, I'll stop at 3 and go back to the stretch. Okay. We do this on both sides.